My name is Damon Warmack, born and raised Detroiter, east side by the grace of God. I am a professional musician, whatever that's worth. I've been playing music professionally since I was 17. I asked my parents for a bass guitar for Christmas, and then I want a Fender jazz bass. They went to Joe's Music Quarters and got the wrong bass. They got a Fender Precision bass, which is also a really good bass.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the one I wanted. Like most of my heroes that I was listening to at the time played jazz basses. So I had some aspirations to be a jazz musician, even though I'm playing electric bass. So I wanted the jazz bass. So they wound up taking it back, and they got the one I wanted, and it was on from that point. 1993, I played my first professional gig at the Detroit Jazz Festival with a band called Nuevo Mundo.
Oh yeah.
With Francisco Mora, who heard me at the Summer Youth Arts and Employment Program. And actually, via that program, I met him. I met Pamela Wise, who introduced me to Wendell Harrison, and I started playing with all of these people. Detroit is probably one of the bass player towns. It's like Detroit and Philly are known for putting out amazing bass players. So there's always competition here. There's always a ton of guys that can play and play really, really well. So I would go out to hear Kelvin play with this band called New World Order that was led by, at the time, Cassius Richmond, an amazing composer, arranger, saxophonist, flautist. And the bass player in that band was Jaribu Shahid. And I would go check them out, and he would just amaze me every time. So I'm picking up inspiration from all these other amazing guys. But at that time there were more clubs and more places to play, so there was work to go around. So I always had gigs, and it was always great. And I always had enough time to go see other people play and get inspired and kind of get a free lesson from from all these guys. It was basically Jaribu, and on kind of a funkier side, there's a guy named GT, Grover Teague, and they both kind of let me hang out with them and kind of took me under their wing. They never gave me official lessons or anything, even though I probably should have taken lessons, especially from Jaribu.
Right.
They always let me hang out with them and shadow them, and I learned through osmosis from them.
Right.
If I'm playing with Carl Craig, they're obviously very interested about what's happening in Detroit.
Yeah.
Even when I'm doing actually, it kind of didn't matter, but I would get more questions doing the electronica stuff versus jazz, because most people think of jazz and they think of New York, but you can go to anywhere in the States as a musician. I go to New York, I go to LA, I'll go to Nashville, and they, not having heard me, not having met me, not knowing who I am, they'll say, "Oh yeah, man, where you from?" I'm like, "I'm from Detroit." So, "Oh man, well, you want to sit in?" They automatically know that there's Detroit is this huge proving ground as far as musicians are concerned. And if you're from there, you make it out of there, then you're probably a fairly seasoned musician.
It's an auto vetting kind of thing.
People just automatically know. "Oh, you're from Detroit? All right, well, we'll let you sit in." It's not a jam session, but we'll let you sit in.
Right.
That kind of thing. I'm a crappy guitar player, but I like to pick it up every now and again and maybe find some things that I can't find on bass, for writing purposes only. Same thing with piano. I love to play piano. I started on piano before I started on bass, but I feel freer to write and compose on piano. Everything laid out before me, I can see where everything is, and the process rolls a lot faster if I do it that way. I know I'll never really be a pianist. I have too many friends that are amazing pianists to count myself amongst them. And I know I won't be able to dedicate the kind of time that it takes to get to that level. But I love playing and I love writing on piano. So I will continue to sit down. Anytime there's a piano around, there's a party, I'm going to sit down and play it, and people will do sing-alongs. Trio Nomadian is myself, Demetrius Neighbors on keys, and Nate Wynn on drums. We're done with the basic tracks for our first, our debut CD. We're gonna clean up a few things maybe, and then whittle down what's gonna go on the record. We're looking at like late summer, early fall. I'm eternally thankful for the people who thought that I was better than I was, or knew that I had potential to be better than I was. First people that Sholars, Deshaun Jenkins, Pamela Wise, Wendell Harrison, Francisco Mora, Trent Mitchell, whose place I took in Francisco's band. That's the person another person I want to mention. Amazing bass player, co-founder of the band Jazzhead. Amazing band. Al Fiddler, who allowed me to tour with him. John Douglas, I did 3.5 years with him at Bird's Marketplace, not too far from here. Skeeto Valdez, good friend. Yeah, all those guys. I thank you all I thank them all for letting me play with them. Oh, and Dennis Coffey.